What's going on, Falcon fan? This boy Kondo coming back at you with another video. So, guys, today we're gonna recap the win by our Atlanta Falcons today in the Mercedes-Benz Stadiums. And I'm gonna start off by saying thanks to all the fans coming out representing. We really needed that today. Um, it was the definition of a team win today. That's exactly what we got from our Atlanta Falcons today. Every team, defense, offense, special teams, definitely stepped up. And that's the definition of the team win. These kind of wins, could be the kind of win that could catapult a team, to another level, right? Especially after this week talking about our quarterback Desmond Ritter. And you know what? Desmond Ritter came out and he was like, let me show you something, right? So you gotta like what you saw today from the offensive standpoint. Yes, it started out slow. Yes, there's so many other things they need to fix, but overall, we kind of saw what we need to see. Um, the potential of this offense. That's what I think we saw today, the potential of this offense. And that's what you really like to see. So, guys, with that being said, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to this channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys like here to talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear me talk about. Yep, that's right. These Atlanta Falcons. So, guys, um, all week we talked about Desmond Ritter coming out right, and pretty much the whole national media, everybody had written him off. I came here and said that it's not gonna get any better. He got to come out and deliver today, and he just put his head down. The team behind him 100%, which is what he needed. And I mean, they even let him walk out today, with the captains to do the coin toss. So the team was behind Desmond 100%. Right? They seen what they seen through training camp. They seen what they seen in practice. They love his leadership, traits and things like that. He just need to translate until that he can actually lead this team to a win. And Desmond Ritter definitely did that today. He was able to come in and actually, orchestrate a four-quarter drive when our defense finally, after all season, kind of was holding us down, kind of gave up that touchdown with 149 left on the clock, and for some reason, guys, I was not panicking. I really felt like that, you know, we had a chance. I really believe we had a chance. I said we got a minute and 49 seconds, three timeout. I just felt like I said all we need is a field goal. I felt like we was going to go down there, and I yes, I really believe that. EQ said he can't believe Jesse dropped that pick six. I agree with you on that, but I think the offensive player made a good defensive play on that himself when you think about it, because you know that was something that really we don't see from Jesse Bates, but we knew it was just gonna be a matter of time for Jesse Bates bait him. But you know what? He got Jesse Bates back on that touchdown because it was a slow go slant and go, and Jesse bit on the slant and he got over his head for that touchdown. So, that's what happens sometimes. That's the way the cookie crumbles, and sometimes the defense itself has to, come down, and the offense itself has to come down and pick up the defense, and that's what happens today. But throughout the game, our defense hold fast. I mean, they hold those guys to four, four field goals for most of the game after two crucial turnovers, right there for the guy. Then you have to drive that far down the field, and that's what you love to see. Um, uncharacteristic by John Smith trying to get more yards, of course. B John putting the ground on the ground with his dynamic self, right? But that's what happens sometimes, guys. It's just a matter of time, and what you see is where our offense actually had to pick up our defense. Now, what's not being said, and it's really interesting to see, Desmond Ritter won pretty much every last college game he played at home, right? And he has won every game with the Atlanta Falcons at home. If we can take, what he gets with the home court advantage and bottle that up, and take it on the road, we probably got something here. What 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 Desmond Ritter needs to figure out why he's so confident and so comfortable, in the confines of his home field, where he gets on the road and it just don't translate. Why? That's what we really need to figure out. But overall, guys, quick numbers today. If you just talk about Desmond Ritter, the numbers that he had today, go to it real quick here, and you got to be impressed with what you've seen, right? I think this is what we saw today from the Atlanta Falcons offense is what we talked about all offseason. Everybody getting involved, right? We saw Scotty Miller get involved. We saw Keith Smith. We saw Mac Hollins. We saw Drake London. We saw Kyle Pitts. We saw Tyler Algier. We saw Bijan Robinson. Guys, you cannot just explain how important it was today to see all those guys come out and be part of the game. That's what you love to see. They was all part of the game. Um, can't take nothing away from the Houston Texans. Those guys came out and played a good game. I knew their game plan was going to be to muck up the game and make Desmond Ritter beat them, and that's exactly what happened. Um, they they clogged up the box. Our running game, our dynamic running game, it could not get going, but Arthur Smith stuck with the running game. I thought that was really important. If Arthur Smith, stick with it, even though, he had big runs when he needed it, but they kept those guys, all game long, biting up, biting up, biting up. Because they know if our running game gets going, it's going to get out of hand. So, Arthur Smith himself was just able to keep faith in his run game, because that's our strength. That's what we do. That's that we're going to continue to make sure we run the ball, and with that strength, that's what he did. So, um, I really like what I saw today. He said Gibbs later on AJ. If yes, AJ, he had a head injury, but he came back in the game. He's good to go. They cleared him, so he's going to be good. I think we need to get an update on Calais Campbell, who went out late in the game. I did see him back on the field. I mean, after the game with his helmet on, walking around. So hopefully he's okay. And then Caleb McGarry went off, but we got to talk about when Storm Norton came in and actually looked like the offensive line started to play a little bit better. I don't know if that's going to be considered a hot take or not, but when you look at what Storm Norton did when he came out there, when Caleb McGarry went out, I thought he played really well. Like I said, that's a small sample size, but it is a guy who has had NFL experience, so he's not a green guy, a rookie, or anything like that. But you know, we'll just have to see. Yeah, but AJ, yeah, definitely AJ came back out, which is good. But when Mike Hughes came in and take his spot for those couple of snaps, it seemed like that defense didn't miss a beat. Um, I'm going to go ahead and give my props to C.J. Stroud as well. He's as advertised. He's a really good quarterback. He does not put the ball in harm's way, even though Jesse Bates almost got him. Jesse Bates almost got him. But guys, we go look at the numbers real quick here. Atlanta Falcons had 74 plays. Time of possession was 35 minutes. So, like I said, even though the running game wasn't what we wanted to be, but it was solid. And one of the biggest reasons because the Texans was 4 of 13 on third down, where the Atlanta Falcons were 7 of 14 on third down. So we was 50% at third down. This was a solid game. This was a really solid game from an offensive standpoint. And you factor in the 2 fumbles, the penalties that started our drives and things like that. Drew Dalman had a silly penalty where I think we would have put 3 points on the board for us. The game wouldn't even been in doubt if we would have got those 3 points, because he had a penalty, took us out of field goal range. But even with all those penalties, the turnovers and things like this, we was 50% on third down. We had the time possession. and we lost the turnover battle, guys, and we still won the game. So you really got to like what you've seen from an offense standpoint today. Now it's all about building blocks, right? Um, now these guys, the whole offense, knows the young quarterback knows what they're capable of, what they can do. Once they go out and make the plays that they need to make, right? When you get everybody involved, everybody touch. It was a team. When I say it's a team win, that's exactly what it was. Um, all the guys from everywhere actually went out and made the plays they need to make. EQ says Nate hits. He looked real good. He led the team in tackles today. You gotta like that. He had, let's see here. He had 7 tackles, right? Caden Ellis ended up with 6. Jeff Okuda ended up with 6. The off with 6. Calais with 3. Grady with 4. Like I said, it was all around game today. You just really good. Said Jeff Okuda played lockdown. Yes, he did, and they called that cheap holding penalty on him. Which I don't think it really hurt us that bad because our defense was just solid all game, guys. And once again, man, our crowd, when we scored that touchdown and they got the ball back, they went 3 and out because 100%. Believe me when I tell you, the 100%, the crowd played a factor in that, right? And those guys feeding off the crowd, and you gotta love it, man. The Atlanta Falcons is 5-0 in the last 5 games at home, right? We just got to figure out a way to translate, Desmond Ritter's success at home and that clutch gene that he has, in the fourth quarter in big moments and take that on the road. That's what we really need to start to see from Desmond Ritter. And if he can somehow figure that out, that's going to be really good. Yeah, he was robbed, man. That was bad call. And then if you look where the ref was, he was way back, like 15 yards away from the play, and he called that penalty, man. It just a bunch of crap. But yeah, I agree with you. He was a raw call. But I don't think, like I said, at the end of the day, guys, it didn't cost us, you know. And this is one thing also that I really want to say about Archer Smith, right? I really believe, first of all, he was in his bag today. He really was. He took out all the plays we ain't seen. The flea flicker with Drake throwing the ball to Jonu, the seam route to Keith Smith. Those are plays we haven't seen when he had Bijan and Tyler on the field at the same time when he went for it on third down, got the first down there. Um, the end around to Scotty Miller, right? It was so many plays, but the biggest thing he did was the time management, right? That minute and 49 seconds left. When Drake caught the ball, it was about 50 seconds left on the clock. Of course, they jump sides again, right, to get us first and 5, and then Arthur Smith just downed the ball, made them utilize their timeout, right? They utilized their timeout. He downed the ball, kicked the game-winning field goal. That's it. That's situational football. That's one of the things that Dan Quinn lacked, right? Dan Quinn was a good coach, overall head coach. Some of the things that really hurt him was, being a defensive coordinator, but our defense never was solid. But his situational football, his awareness. I mean, this is the reason why we lost the Super Bowl, because of situational awareness. And I can promise you this: if Arthur Smith was in that Super Bowl, and when it came down to those situations, and we up 8 points, in field goal range, I guarantee you we would have actually won that game, because we would have kicked the field goal with Matt Bryant and went up by 11. Just saying. Yes, Tyler was playing fullback. They had him and Bijan on the field at the same time, and you like it. You like that, right? Because now they don't know if Bijan getting the ball, they don't know if Tyler getting the ball, and both of those guys, go downhill, right? But Tyler Hammer, right? He goes right downhill, and he get the first down for us to keep the drive going. But just realize, guys, we had a couple of plays that started us with penalty. Jake Matthews got a holding penalty on a run by Bijan. Like I said, the Drew Dalman personal foul that took us out of field goal range. The two fumbles that we had. It was just so many things that you can factor in that cost us, in that game, that we should have lost. If you just look at, we lost a turnover battle, a lot of penalties. Look at the penalties overall. Um, we had 7 penalties for 55 yards. They had 5 for 25. So it was not such a bad game, but those 55 penalty yards, probably took some points off the board for us. Um, but clean game, guys. Only 96 rushing yards. Now that's big, because those 96 rushing yard was really important, because it kept the defense, you know, um, trying to stop the run the whole game, right? Yes, Bijan averaged like 3 point something yards a carry, but you still run those plays, right? You still run the ball because they know, if our running game get going, it's over anyway, right? So they was trying to stop the run, and they did not believe, that Desmond Ritter could beat him with his arm, and that's exactly what he did today, right? This is what we talked about all off season. Today is an example of what our offense potentially could look like on a weekly basis, right? Except the fumbles, right, and the penalties and things like that, and still, we got a touchdown on the second drive, but still we kind of stalled out for a while, right? For a minute there before we actually start to get to going. So, but you gotta like the way um we responded. Complimentary football defense kept getting off the field, holding the team to field goals. Um, this is a really good defense too. Let's just talk about our Atlanta Falcon defense, right? They one of the best pass defenses in the league, and the strange thing is, we still not getting to the quarterback like we want to. The pressures are there, but that back end coverage, with the center fielder out there, Jesse Bates, baiting these guys, baiting those guys to put that ball in there. Then our good sticky coverage with our secondary, is really, really starting to stand out. One player that you got to give a shout out to is D. Offer. I thought he had a great game today. He made big plays all day, pass defenses, tackle for losses. Um, he was really solid all day long. You gotta like that. It's great. Confusing the D, 100%, right? Next Kyle Pitts get to going, and then you start the end. That's when Drake started to get to going, right? Because now they're trying to stop Kyle, and then you go back to your other guys, and this was the first time, um, and when our two stars, our two guys we drafted in the first round, Drake London and Kyle Pitts, was 1 and 2 in passing yards. That's that's what I'm talking about. This is like I said, this was 100% what I envisioned, from an offensive standpoint. Only thing we did see was Cordell Patterson getting balled into the offense. I think his presence is huge as well. Um we really need to see, Cardell Patterson get added into the mix as well. But Jonnu Smith, Michael Pruitt, um, Kyle Pitts, the tight end room just really played a solid, 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 solid football today. Um, you gotta like that. Um, the running backs played good. Like I said, Mac Hollins made his timely receptions, first downs, right? Scotty Miller played big. I still think we ain't seen, the what we can utilize like Scotty Miller with his speed, being able to take the top off. We still haven't seen that yet. I think that still is in Arthur Smith playbook that he hasn't shown yet, right? But I think today he was going for this win. That's why he called so many solid plays today, trying to make sure that we can get this win, and we was able to pull it off at the end there. He said the center needs to run laps for that penalty. Yes, That was a big penalty. Now, I heard, I didn't see it at the game because I was at the game, but somebody mentioned that the reason he did that because the guy that tackled Kyle Pitts went low to his knee, and he was protecting Kyle Pitts. So, like I said, I'm not 100% sure if that's what happened in the game. Probably have to go back and look at it. But if that would happen, hey, got to be smarter than that because, like I said, you took us out of field goal range. But at the same time, I understand going to protect your teammate. So, good on you, but bad timing, right? Because, like I said, you took us out of field goal range, and that could potentially lost us the game, right? Because if we would have got that field goal, their touchdown wouldn't have hurt us at all, right? We would have already been up in that game. So that was a huge play in the game. Luckily, they didn't come back and hurt us. And that's something that's uncharacteristic of a guy like Drew Dalman anyway, right? It's not something that we really seen. I have to go back and look at it. People's talking about he didn't have a good game overall either. But like I said, when I'm at the game, not looking at individuals and seeing how they playing, unless they just getting destroyed, like Caleb McGarry did in that first game against the Carolina Panthers with Brian Burns there. But if it's not obvious and things like that, I have to go back and watch it and tell you my overall thoughts about what I thought about, all the guys. Like I said, I didn't watch the game and then entirely watch every player the way they played. So, but we need yeah, man. Yeah, we need to do something. I agree with you. It was strange. They was talking about um the Atlanta Falcons freed up, but remember Atlanta Falcons freed up all that money. Everybody thought they was gonna go make a move. We haven't heard anything. That still could be something that they're working on, trying to figure out. The reason why it had to be the reason why they restructured Drake Matthews' contract, adding all that money, to the books, and then no action, no movement on the roster. So still to see what's going on with that. We'll just have to wait to see. We need to go out and get Hunter, a great pass rusher. Right. We need to, like I said, guys, we're producing pressure. We're just not getting the sacks, right? That's just not and I believe they're going to start to come in waves. Hopefully, I think our sack is going to start to come in waves. I really believe that because I think the way the back end is playing, I think eventually the front end is going to catch up. Right? I really believe that because these quarterbacks don't have time. They can't find an open guy. That's why they sit and hold the ball and pat the ball because they're not open out there, right? And then that's when you're going to start to get those coverage sacks that you want. You're going to start to getting, like I said, hopefully they start to come in waves. Kill their drive. That's definitely killed the drive. I mean, that was huge. We had to punt the ball there. That penalty was bad. It really was bad. It really was bad. Yep. Yeah, but overall, guys, I really, at the end of the day, it was a good win for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, they can celebrate tonight. Come in on Monday, tomorrow, watch the film, get ready, then watch it, right? Because we got to get ready for a Commanders team that lost on Thursday night. So they're going to come in, they're going to be hungry, trying to get back on the winning track. They got a good defensive front. We played those guys 2 years in a row now, so we know what to expect from those guys. We know they're going to try to run the ball with Brian Robinson. That's one of the things they're going to try to do, right? They got a gunslinger as a quarterback. He's going to throw the ball, right? So it's really opportunity for it to, to get turnovers there. Also, but with a guy like that, don't give up. We don't have to give up big plays. So it's really going to be important to us to lock in this week. When we'll talk about that on Wednesday. We talk about the keys, but we need to enjoy this win today. That's one of the things the Atlanta Falcons definitely need to do. To enjoy it, look at the film, make corrections, and build on this performance by Desmond Ridder. That's one of the things we got to do. All right. I'm in today talking about Desmond. because I was really hard on him last week, rightfully so, right? Even though he is a rookie, um, it's just his ninth start today, but at the same time, you know, he wasn't playing well. That's just the fact, right? And can't let him off the hook. The quarterback position, I've always said, if you don't have a quarterback that's competent, you won't win a lot of games, right? And to be honest with you, going today, I didn't know what to expect from Desmond Ritter. I thought he played well in the second half of that Jaguars game on Sunday, but he came out today and he delivered, guys. Guys, he was not staring down receivers. He was actually looking off the safeties. He was looking off the guys, and then he was going backside, making good throws down the field. I thought he probably had 3 bad throws all games. And you have to tip your hats off to what we saw from Desmond today. I think he has what it takes. He already had all the intangibles. He just need to translate all that and put it into a game. And we seen that today. We know for a fact that his teammates are behind him. When he scored that first touchdown, running the ball in, they all went to him, and they liked that fight in him and the way he delivered. So I really take my hat off to the way Desmond Ritter played today. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was in the middle, right? We had those people that just don't think Desmond Ritter has what it take. Then you had the guys on the other side like, I give him a chance. He's a rookie, right? But I was right in the middle, and I'm starting to go back over to this side now, where he's young, he's going to make mistakes, and we got to live with it. But I really believe today he found something that he can build on, from from a offensive standpoint. Him and Arthur Smith really was in his bag today. This the guy that we seen at Tennessee and why he got hired, because his ability to get everybody involved, working with Desmond Ritter to get all our playmakers. It was really exciting to see all these guys touch the ball today. All will contribute to the to this win from, like I said, all facets of the team. Keith Smith, I don't know if I ever remember Keith Smith catching the ball, but that seam route that he caught was really really good there. So I love to see that. But all in all, guys, Desmond Ritter said to all the media, including myself, shut up and take that, right? That's pretty much what he said to us today. And I love it. I love it, man. He has potential. He really do. And like I said, if you go back and look, his college career to right now to the NFL career, Desmond Ritter has not lost at home, right? They don't want to keep talking about it because you just keep talking about it. Eventually, he's going to lose. It's inevitable that it's going to happen. But to go 5 games already in his career at his home, and then all those games he won at home in Cincinnati, you start to think, man, this guy just has the ability to take that home cooking and deliver it on the field. We just got to figure out how to take that and take it on the road, right? That's what we got to do, right? Because if we could win at home, that's 8 wins right there. And then, in our year, we get 9 games at home. That'd be 9 wins, right? So we just need to get 3 wins on the road. That's 11 wins, if we can just win our home game. So got to figure out how to do it. I think it's a big thing. I think it's important. But if he can figure out how to translate this consistent play that he had today, and it's just one game too, so we don't want to get a whole lot on our high hopes and thinking that it's going to be all roses here forward, right? Because you're only good as your last game. You got to build on it, right? He hasn't built the equity, for us to be like, okay, he's going to bounce back, right? No, he got to be able to do it again and again and again and again. Now we can be like, we can trust this guy. So one game, really solid game for Desmond Ritter. Guys, I'm gonna come back on here tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna go back and look at the game, break down a little bit more, and we're gonna wash away this game and get ready for the Washington. Just like EQ said, execution, the word of the week. Washington is a good team. Got to play our A game. That's 100% correct. So, guys, thank you guys for coming in. Real quick recap of the game. I'm going to go back and watch it. Come back on here tomorrow. Give them a little bit more insights on it. Where we go from here. We're going to move on to Washington and get ready to see can we go 2-0 on this little mini homestand we got before we go on the road to Tampa for our second division game. So that's definitely what we're looking for. That's all I have today. This is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.